to Gosia's Home Cooking. My name is Gosia Krajewska-Magali and I was born and raised in Poland, and the past 27 years I spent here in US. Today we're gonna celebrate a early Cinco de Mayo fiesta. So we will make a fish and pork tacos with guacamole and topped with coleslaw. So it's three of us today, my husband, myself, and we will have a special guest who will be making a drink for us. Okay, let's start on our fish first. I have oven preheated already to 375. I already cooked my short ribs. I spiced them up as I showed you earlier, and they are just resting basically, so we're gonna shred them later on. We'll use the same spice on our fish. I have a little bit left, so this is basically we don't want too much spice on our fish. This is a rockfish. This just nice and tender, and we don't want to overwhelm the fish with our spices. So also it will not cook long. To the oven, 375, maybe 10 minutes altogether. Okay, wash my hands. This is all done, the spice. We will have a guacamole and coleslaw. I have halves of the cabbage. Gonna use just a half of the half, so a quarter of a cabbage. I always will cut the head of cabbage in half, then in quarters. It's easier to just get the core out. And just basically, just thinly sliced. I like my coleslaw, actually together, my husband and I, we like our coleslaw not creamy, so I always make with vinegar and oil, salt. Sometimes I just add apples, sometimes I add carrots. It depends what I'm making, but usually just plain cabbage, salt, vinegar, and oil. Okay, that will be it. Let's get a bowl. This is how simple it is. And coleslaw like this stays in your refrigerator, getting better and better for days. Okay, we're gonna add a little bit salt. Not too much, just a couple pinches. I know it looks like a lot, but really this is just a couple pinches of salt. Mix this a little bit. We're gonna add so cilantro is growing in my garden, so we're gonna have my own cilantro. Okay, we can put this on the side. You can use any type of vinegar. I just use rice vinegar. You can use a splash of lime, lemon, white, red vinegar, any type of whatever you have or whatever you prefer. Let's mix this actually. And we will put this aside to get better. So this is our today dinner. It's like I said, we are not big eaters. It's only three of us, so it's no point to make a lot of dishes. And usually my daughter and my grandson would join us, but obviously not today. They decided not to at the end of the day. They were invited. Okay, this bottle is done. Anytime you use extra virgin olive oil for finishing your dishes, use the best you can put your hands on. So, okay, at the end we're just gonna add cilantro, parsley, we will try for a salt and other spices. Okay, put this aside. A little guacamole. So that's also a simple, everyone have their own way. Sometimes actually I add garlic to mine as well, but this is how simple it is. You slice this in half, careful, don't slice your hand, and you just twist, and beautiful. Tap gently, twist from holding with thumb and your finger, just press away from you and the pit comes off. Okay, we're gonna actually use spoon to scoop this out. This is beautiful avocado. I just other day decided to go to the store for our Mexican fiesta. So okay, let's mix this a little bit. I have a little lime, so let's squeeze that now. So half of the lime. With lime, they usually don't have any pits in it, so you don't have to worry. With lemons, I would just squeeze them over my hand or use gadgets if you have any. Sometimes as, oh, another beautiful one. We are lucky. It's not always that pretty. I'm gonna use half. And the other half we're gonna pack in our beautiful silicone avocado saver. Who would think? All those little gadgets. Okay. I will use shallots. My husband and I just played golf. Joined the club with my husband about 3 years ago. The first year it wasn't as impressive as I was almost dangerous on the golf course. So I improved a lot since then. So I have to say now I can almost play with someone who plays. We're gonna use only half of the jalapeno. But the other day when I want to make guacamole, it was no jalapeno in a store. So that was a little bit disappointment there. And a couple days ago when I actually went to the store, it is well stocked, especially with the fruits and vegetables. So small. If you don't, if you like spicier, add more. If you don't, add just quarter of a jalapeno. We like it semi-spicy. We like our spices. I use a lot of spices through my cooking. So I didn't grow up with spices. So it was just a salt, pepper, garlic, onion. That was really vegeta. If you Polish, you know what that is. Okay, we're gonna add a small cucumber. We will peel a little bit, but I wanna leave some skin on. This is a organic English, so it doesn't have a lot of any really seeds in it. And I also like smaller cubes, so I'm gonna quarter this and just cut this in small cubes. Okay, let's see, let's add just part. Mix and see if we might want to add more. So, if you wear contacts and you already played with your hot pepper, jalapeno included, just be careful with taking your contacts out. It might actually hurt. That might be enough. We don't need more cube. You want a little balance there. But look at my cilantro. This is from the garden. I am so proud. This is a Polish American kitchen with a Mexican staple. I'm gonna use just a little bit. So let's peel a couple leaves. It grows like weeds. So I like to, at the end of the season, I let my cilantro grow to seeds, and then I get my coriander from. During the fall and winter, I cook a lot of Moroccan Indian influence dishes. On that note, next week, please visit. We will be making a kałduny. Again, my Polish friends will know what kałduny is. This is basically mixed of raw grated and cooked potatoes, which you mix together, and you stuff this with a spiced up meat, and you just cook this. My best memories. My mom, it will take her all day to cook that meal. And so when I called and they said they're gonna be making it, she said, oh my gosh, do you have all day? Yes, I do, ma'am. Love you. But it was time consuming. First of all, at that time in life, we didn't have certain things to help us. So you have to manually actually grate your potatoes. That took a while. Okay, and we're gonna use half of that. This is a red heirloom tomato. I had yellow too, but I said, oh well, let's do red. And after that, my special guest will join us, and we will have a margaritas, spiced up margaritas. So after I try my guacamole, I'm gonna clean up and invite my guest over. I don't know exactly what traditionally goes to guacamole. I just use what I like and what I think it goes. My family likes it, and I think that really is what your cooking should be all about. Just cater to your family wants and needs and likes. Children like something else than grown-ups. So if you have young children especially, your cooking might have to be a little bit differently composed than mine. Of course, with my 10-year-old grandson, sometimes I do compose my dishes to his liking, and he usually does. Okay, I will clean up and come back with my special guest. Okay, so welcome back, and here is my wonderful guest. So this is my husband's daughter, Taylor, and Taylor will be making a spiced up margarita. So hand it to Taylor, okay?
All right.
And you guys enjoy.
So we're gonna make a jalapeno margarita. So I have half a jalapeno sliced up already. I'm going to start by decorating the glass. So you're just gonna take your lime wedge and run it around the rim. And then just dip that in your plate of salt. So now our glass is all ready to go, and then just do that with the other one, because we're gonna be making two. I forgot that I was going to add smoked paprika to the rim for some color. So let's just add a little bit of that and mix up the salt, and we'll just dip it back in, and some of that will still stick. So now for the drink, we have half a jalapeno slice, so we're gonna dump that into the shaker. And then I have 3 limes total, so after cutting off the 2 wedges, just the remaining lime juice. So you're just gonna juice all that into the shaker. So it's much easier if you have a citrus juicer. It just makes the whole process a lot faster. You get the most juice out of your lime. So we're gonna do this with the remaining limes. It does kind of spray everywhere though. So alternatively to shaking the jalapeno in the margarita, you could have infused your tequila with the jalapeno. So to do that, you would just leave jalapeno in your tequila and leave it out at room temperature for like 24 hours. So that is alternatively what you could have done. But this was a last minute spicy margarita. Thank you. So for each margarita, we're going to use 2 ounces of tequila. This is the Casamigos Blanco tequila. That's my favorite. Then you just need half an ounce of an orange liqueur. So you could use Cointreau, but we have this Salerno blood orange liqueur, so that's what we're gonna use today. But Cointreau, triple sec, any of those would work. And this will add a little bit of sweetness to it as well. So, and then you're just gonna do like half an ounce total of agave. So we're just gonna eyeball that and just kind of drizzle a little bit in. You can not add agave, and you could also mix this with club soda if you wanted it to be a little bit lighter, but we're gonna do it this way today. All right, you wanna make sure you shake it up really well to get the jalapeno all in there. And then we have 2 round ice cubes. So I'm going to add those to the glasses. And then just pour over the ice. So after much slamming and banging to get the top off, finally we have our margarita. To strain it, I'm gonna use this little strainer that we have because the holes on the strainer that comes with the shaker might let out some of the seeds. So then you just pour it over ice. And voila. Cheers. Nice and spicy.
Okay, thank you.
Thank
Cheers. Delicious. Have a little kick.
Great.
By the way, she is of legal age to have this.
And to make it, I'm a trained
And to
bartender.
make it. Okay, guys. Thank you, Taylor.
Thank you.
Okay, so I took fish out. Fish is all good and ready. So our guac might need salt. You remember I didn't add any salt. So let's salt this a little bit. Let's add a little more lime. How you know lime is gonna be juicy? I was told if you squeeze the lime and it's soft, if not, just roll in your palm over the table and that should release the juices to the inside. You get a juicier lime or lemon. Okay, so this is ready, guacamole is ready. I'm gonna use a little more of my cilantro to add to our coleslaw. And as soon as the tortillas are ready, we're ready to rock. Taylor, this is delicious. Okay, let's finish our coleslaw. I don't know if you can see this. My cilantro is almost glossy. All the oils, it's almost sticky. I cannot ever get cilantro like this in a store. It's like And I don't use anything, it just grows out. My garden is as organic as they go. So I guess this is how cilantro should look like. Okay, this is ready. Just adds a little bit color. This is ready. Let's take a plate for our fish. So our fish is ready. Let's get another plate for our pork. Let's see. You see? Nice. It has a beautiful, let's take this a little so you guys can see. It has a nice bits of where the spices just burned a little bit. Beautiful. It's room temperature. You don't want too hot. There's no point to have too hot. It's nice room temperature, so it will go well with your coleslaw and your guac. Instead having one room temperature and some in a, let's just get rid of some of this fat. We just want a nice meat. We don't need fat too bad because this is all the spices went there. That's okay. We have plenty of beautiful meat. To supply 3 of us with some tacos. So we all will just come to the table. It's gonna be like a little buffet, so everyone will make their own tacos. Washed my hands. Let's see how we can make those tacos. Okay. So I have a corn tortillas. And I would like to make taco shells, so let's just see if we might be successful with that. We might need some help. Okay, let's see if that will work. So let's throw 6 tortillas in because each of us gonna have 1 pork, 1 fish. So let's just throw them to the oven and see what happens. Okay, tortillas should be done. Let's just see how we're gonna take them out. Let's get something. They might be hot. So I can hang them, but I wanna have both like. So let's just use egg carton and see if that will work. Let's assemble 2. Okay. I'm gonna get 2 of mine. A little bit of guacamole on your. I'm gonna go with the fish first. Top this with a bit of your coleslaw, or as much as you want. I like coleslaw. Okay, let's try this, guys. This looks beautiful. It's colorful, it's shiny, it's just so pretty. Just delicious. It's a burst of different flavors, and then the crunchiness of your cabbage. Oh, let's just give a little bit splash of lemon on mine. Let's give it another try. Even better. Let's build another one and let's call the family to the table. So a little bit guacamole, a little pieces of our beautiful meat, a little bit coleslaw, and we know I'm gonna add a splash of lime. I just bought 2 bags of lime, so we have plenty of lime. Guys, this is a easy, wonderful, beautiful looking. Thank you for spending your time with me. Please join me next week on another adventure in my kitchen. Please leave your comments below and subscribe if you like to see what's cooking. Have a good one.